I got this book at the library book sale, and I love the texture of the color. I love the way the spine looks. I even like this medallion on the front, and I wanted to be sure to use it as a cover for a journal. And you'll see that there is some weakening of the spine, the ease on the spine here. I do love the way that we have some natural distressing, and so I needed to actually strengthen, reinforce the spine area. So after I took all of the pages out of the book, I cut this very, very closely to the edge of the cover on both sides. Now this piece is adhered very well, so I just cut the loose part. And at the exact edge of the spine, I use 1/8 inch double stick tape. So I put two pieces on the exact edge of the spine, and I put one piece on the exact edge of the cover. In order to make my spine piece, what I want to do is create a template that's going to be the exact length, that would be from here to here, and the exact width of the spine piece. I take this template, and I'm going to use a cheat here, and the cheat is a Pringles can. And I take that template, and I use some clips, and I clip that template onto the edge of a Pringles can. Now I have created a tutorial on how to make your own rounded spines, and I'll link that tutorial below. But I go ahead and I mark my Pringles can and with this template, and then once that's done, I have a Pringles piece like this. I take a double stick tape on that Pringles piece, and I put a couple of rows. This would be 1/4 inch. Like I said, I use 1/8 inch tape, and so I use double stick tape on the edges of that. The next thing I'm going to make is a Tyvek piece. Now my Tyvek piece is going to measure the height of the inside of the book, the width of the spine, plus the ease, plus 1.5 inches here and 1.5 inches here, for a total of 3 inches. So this piece is the width of my spine, plus my ease, plus 1/2 inch on either side. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my template, I'm going to fold it in half, I'm going to fold my Tyvek piece in half, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to mark for the placement of my spine piece. And when I put my spine piece on here, I'm going to use a beacon that I have thinned with 100% acetone, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to put that beacon all over this spine piece very generously, because you want this to be very, very well adhered. And I'm going to take off my backing from my tape. I'm going to come in with and take my backing off. And I'm going to use my palette knife then to spread the adhesive along the back of my reinforced spine piece. So I want to be sure and get this off, because you want to be sure that those edges adhered. And so here I come in with my palette knife, and I'm going to spread that so that it's very generously spread all across the back of that spine, because you want that to be really, really adhered to this Tyvek. And then I'm going to come in with that spine piece, and remember I made these marks, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to line that up with those marks, and I'm going to adhere. Now I bring in my dowel at this point, because I want to be sure that this is adhered very, very well, and that I don't do anything to take away from the roundedness of that spine. So I come in and I really, really burnish that on there. I know you kind of have to do it with your fingers. I think sometimes you can use a card to do it, but you want to do this over your dowel so that your spine stays rounded. And that's going to be pretty smooth. That's going to be adhered pretty well. So then the next thing you're going to do is on the back, then you're going to put your double stick tape along the edges of the back. You're going to come into your book and you're going to put your beacon adhesive on the inside of your book. And you will notice that I have slightly angle cut these corners. That's so that the corners don't poke out after you get it on. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put some beacon on this. This is the regular spine piece of the book. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to take the backing off with my double stick tape. And once again, I'm going to come in with my palette knife and I'm going to spread that beacon adhesive all over the back, because you want that to adhere very, very well to your spine piece. Then you're going to come in and you're going to line this spine piece up exactly with the edge of this book spine piece. I want to be sure that that is exactly in place. And again, in order to get good coverage, you're going to bring your dowel in and you're going to roll that on your dowel, just to be sure that that's adhesed very, very well. Okay, once you have that done, then you're going to come in and you're going to take your adhesive off of here. You're going to put your beacon 3-1 in the E's. You want to do this kind of in sections so you get good adhesion where you want it. And then you're going to take your fingers and you're going to press that into the E's. I'm using a paintbrush here. You want to be sure that that's impressed into that ease, because that's what's going to strengthen your spine. You want to be sure that's very, very well adhesed. And then sometimes I take a ruler and I depress it with a ruler like this to be sure that it's very, very well adhesed. Okay, and then you're going to go to the other side and you're going to take your beacon adhesive. You put your beacon adhesive in at ease. You're going to take off your backing. You want to be sure again that you get that impressed into that ease. Impress it very, very solidly into that ease. And then you're going to fold this back and you're going to finish adhering. You might need to put a little more of your beacon in there on your Tyvek. And you're going to take the backing off of your Tyvek. And you have some backing at the top piece. You can take that backing off. You're going to start taking that off, like so. You're going to come in here, and you're going to put and you're going to take the backing off here. Finish taking all of that backing off. And you're going to just be sure that that is impressed. And come in. Make sure that that is impressed. And now you have reinforced the spine on your book. And you still have that nice look of distressing. That's kind of a natural look of distressing. But you've reinforced that spine, and you'll be able to use this book for journaling or whatever, and know that that spine, it will remain secure. Now you want to sit and let that dry. You want to let that sit and dry before you really start moving it. So I always put mine aside, and I kind of like to let it, you wouldn't have to let it dry overnight, but I kind of like to let it dry overnight. And as you can see then, you've got a nicely secured spine. Yeah, but you've got the nice look of the aging on that spine. Okay, I've certainly enjoyed showing you how I do this, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.